Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesday Motivation and Conversation. We are back at it again this week. Um, as you can see, I want to just kind of talk about what is pen to paper. Of course, we are embarking upon the upcoming pen to paper tour that's taking place across the country this year. And so I kind of want to just talk a little bit about that and definitely ask those of you who come into the room and for those of you who will watch the replay, if there are any questions, any concerns, anything that you can think of that is of concern to you relative to being a part of a pen to paper workshop, or I do have one, I think I have one spot left in the event you want to actually host a pen to paper workshop. I think this will be beneficial for you on tonight. So I want to just take a few minutes and share a little bit about, I have to get in this room so that I can see what's happening in the room. Um, I wanted to take a few minutes and just talk about pen to paper, kind of how pen to paper got started, what it is, what it's about. Because knowledge, of course, is very important in its power, and it helps you to really make informed decisions. I've had several interviews where I've been talking about pen to paper, talking about this whole S3 model that we're going to be talking about on the tour. And I think it's important and it's pertinent. And so one of the things, and I see this kind of everywhere I go, is just, having clarity in this season. And that's important for a lot of people, but really being clear about what your vision is for your life, what the vision is for your family, what the vision is for your business, where it is that you see yourself going, what it is that you see yourself doing, and how does that all come together? Where there's a process by which to help you gather those thoughts and actually put together a plan of action that will help you to implement and to execute whatever it is that you are attempting to do. One of the things that I always share is the story of my first client. And so, one of the things that I've been gifted with over the years has been my area, and that's administration. I've always been very focused organizationally, always been a strategic thinker, very methodical in thought. So all of these things have always been a part of my nature. It wasn't until I began to mature in some areas and do some things on a different level that I began to really tap into my innate ability and the thing that I felt I was really purposed and called to do, and helping others get to this place of clarity. And not only that, but helping them to get vision on paper and helping them to execute that. It started a person that I served during an event. This was back in 2013, and that person was Marquita Miller, and was serving her as a speaker and was sharing with her and things of that nature. So long story short, we connected after serving her during this particular conference. And it started with me, number one, writing my first book, which is called Broken Relationships of a Leader. And so that was my first book project that I wrote. But as a result of that, there was the opportunity not only for us to connect, but to actually see the areas of expertise that we both possessed. I was able to see the thing that she did well, and that rubbed off on me, and in turn, the things that I did well. And so the things that were a part of my makeup was, of course, the administrative gifting and the organizational project management piece. And so, as a result of that, I had an opportunity to serve a client, which was it was a church, and I had an opportunity to serve that client for a project that was long, I think, overdue for the actual planning process. But anyway, when they came to me regarding the project, it was March of that year. The project was to culminate July 25th, which is my birthday of that same year. So it was less than 6 months. That particular project was a four-part project and required a lot of effort, a lot of resources, a lot of manpower, a lot of planning. And so I took it on a little reluctantly, but at the same time, knowing I knew what to do. It was just a matter of that time crunch, the timing that was required to get it done. Because most times with those kinds of events, it takes 9 months to a year minimum. Minimum. So anyway, long story short, I had about 4.5 months. So I galvanized, the people heard what it was that I needed to do, what the expectations were, what was required, and I went to work. And so during this time, there was no um, Zooms. There was no video calls. We had freeconferencecall.com. That was pretty much it. Emails and my physical travel into the city on a particular cadence. And so that's what I had to work with. So I utilized the tools and the resources and the giftings that I had to make this happen. And so I galvanized a group of volunteers. I believe it was probably 300 plus 400 volunteers during that time. Began to assign different tasks to the various leaders and began to determine what was needed for each of those areas. And so one of those things was a 150 plus page commemorative book, full print color, the whole nine design. So I had to get with a graphic designer and get that worked out. We had to coordinate the intake of all of those graphics and the content in the graphics, so forth and so on. So if you've ever done that or a part of that, you know what that is. If you're a graphics person, that was a project all by itself, which was very time consuming. And then, of course, you wanted the quality to be there. So that was one piece. The other piece was the actual event itself, the talent, the speakers, and that had transportation attached to it, hotel accommodations attached to it. It had, host and servers attached to it. So there were a lot of moving pieces and parts, music, the whole nine. So there were a whole lot of moving parts and pieces. So that was a project all by itself. And then people had to be prepared for certain pieces and parts. Then you had two separate receptions. You had a private reception of 250 to 300 guests, and then there was another public reception that was 500 plus persons. So both of those receptions had to have setups, they had to have food, they had to have, the various elements that were specific to that particular event, color coordinations, and the decor, the whole nine. And so when this particular event culminated successfully with all four of those projects being done, I was pretty certain of the lane that I needed to be in. And so it was from that point that I began to pursue what it was that I felt I was really tapped into. And so I took some time after that because as a result of doing that, and this is the thing, when you get in your lane and you really are clear about, the vision that God has for you and what it is that you need to do, things will start to just kind of come on its own. You kind of draw, people gravitate to you. And so people, individuals, not just ministries, because I'd worked with several ministries as a result, but individuals began to come to me to talk about, do you help individuals? Do you work with, individuals on such and such? And do you help people do this, that, and the third? And so that's how I got further into coaching and further into consulting from the strategic management perspective. And so as I began to seek out what to do with that individual piece, I just took some time, took a little sabbatical. And during that time, I was just seeking God about what I needed to do to really help individuals because churches had been my experience for a very long time. And so that was my area, that was my vein, working with ministries and things of that nature. And so as I was sitting and thinking and writing and thinking and writing and thinking, and everything was just kind of flowing out on paper. And so I heard this phrase, package your passion. Clear as day, had no idea what that meant. So I had to figure out what did package or passion mean. And so as I began to really, you know, dissect and kind of go through the information I had written down and that kind of thing, what I felt, the spirit was just speaking to me, it just it hit pen to paper because I had taken the opportunity to write all of these things down. So I was able to identify opportunities, gaps, things that, I wrote down this, but I might not have written this down. Or if I'm going to do that, I need to fill this part in, I need to do that. And so it just really came together as a result of me doing that simple exercise of putting pen to paper. And so as a result of that, pen to paper has now been going. This is the eighth year outside of well, including COVID. We didn't do the year of 2020. And so as a result of that, it has grown over time. And I have been able to take it to different levels and add different pieces and parts to it. But one of the main things that I started with, and that was just helping people to determine, are you living or are you existing? And so oftentimes we are existing because we're not operating in our true call and our purpose for life. What is the vision that God has given you for your life? What is that? What does it look like? And how do you see it? And so as a result of that, over time, we talk about in the pen to paper workshop and conferences, we talk about, several levels of vision and how you see yourself in that particular picture. What does that picture look like? And then how do you accomplish that? And so, of course, this year, the S3 model is what we're going to be, hanging our hat on, and that is structure, strategies, and systems. And so the base of that is, of course, helping you to really be clear about what it is that you're supposed to be doing and where it is you're supposed to be, because clarity helps you to have confidence. And when you have confidence, you're able to communicate better. I say it all the time. And once you're able to communicate better, you're able to collaborate because you're able to tell people how it is that they can help you, what it is that you need for your vision, and how it is that you see that coming to fruition and manifestation. So it's so important that we take these steps. And so, depending on where you are and what you're doing, these are opportunities. And so having, understanding how to build a structure for what it is that you do, whether you're a solopreneur or whether you are a person who that has a small team, your small business, you have a small team, or you are in that mid range and you're growing a business to the next level, because every phase of business has a different piece and part. And so it's important that you have operational procedures, how to go about setting that up, what is required to do that, right? Um, and even if you are an entrepreneur that you have is nobody but you have to have a system set up so that you can manage what you do. Because if you can manage what you do, then you can sustain what it is that you do. And over time, you'll be able to grow it because you have established a structure for it. So these are some of the things we'll be talking about and going to much, much deeper depth on how to do that, how to take, because everybody's gifting and vision is different, is unique, and it's unique to you and what it is that you're doing. So um, no one's operational setup is going to be the same, but the framework can work for any industry and for any vision and for any aspirations that you have when it comes to business. So that's where that's going to be important. And so on this tour, we have some amazing people that are going to be accompanying me. And in some cities, the entire team may not be there, but you're definitely going to get information from those areas. And so once we've talked about vision and the foundation and about structuring and how to frame that and what that looks like, then we're providing other information that's going to help you, and we'll bring it all together relative to the S3 model. And that is how to articulate what it is that you do. What's your vision? What does that look like? Because when you cannot articulate it, it's going to be difficult for you to get people to help you to uh, manifest it, right? Because people need to understand, they need to be able to see themselves in that vision and how it's coming to manifestation. And so it's very important that as a visionary, you're able to articulate that, because that helps you to thereby grow your business and what it is that you're doing. So that's going to be key. And then how to network, because once you start a business, whether that's an operational business or whether that is a knowledge-based business, then you still have to be able to network and get yourself out there and connect with the people that you need to connect to. And not only that, so that there is awareness of what it is that you do as a business owner and as a visionary. And you never know how those connections can help you grow and further your business. So those are two areas that are very, very, very important. Then we have the area of marketing, because as you start out in business, of course, we have social media, we have these other opportunities that we can utilize to bring exposure. But at the end of the day, what are some of the other things that are necessary for you understanding about marketing? Because there are some marketing myths out there that a lot of times we step into not realizing, or we have a misconception about. And so it's important to have that clarity. So we have a CEO of a marketing agency company that is going to be absolutely amazing. And I'm telling you, she is really, really gifted at what she does. She studies this area. And so I think it's going to be really amazing to have the opportunity to understand, how can I do it on a budget? What's the best thing to do? And how to create your content. So content is key when it comes to marketing and things of that nature. So it's important. And the thing of it is, Sometimes you think that what you're doing is not getting traction when it actually is, but it's all about how it's put together. I mean, she's a jewel at this piece. So I'm telling you, for those of you who are in the Atlanta, Georgia area, you do not, and Hampton Roads, you do not want to miss this opportunity for the pen to paper workshop. So don't wait too late to get your seats because those seats are coming. They're filling up for Atlanta. So you don't want to miss out. So if this is something that you know you need to help propel you to the next level in this season, then I'm telling you, you don't want to sleep on it. You want to go ahead and grab your seat. And then we're going to have this is another area that government contracting because as you grow and establish your business, then you have to get clients in order to sustain that, whatever you're doing, clients, customers, whatever you want to call it. You have to have consistency so that you can live from the business that you've erected, that you started. So it's important to tap into other opportunities. So you have government contracting, federal government contracting. You also have state contracting, and you have local procurement opportunities. So there's a way to get into each of these areas. And so knowing how to set yourself up for that, where to be registered so that you have visibility, because once you have visibility, here again, they're looking for certain people to do certain contracts. And so government contracting is not as daunting and as hard as you think it may be. And so this consulting, I tell you, this consultant, she has been in the business for government contracting for 20 plus years. She's a veteran at it and she knows it backwards and forwards. She is going to be a wealth of knowledge for any of you who have businesses that you're looking for opportunities. And there are contracting opportunities on all levels. And so, of course, you have to go through a bidding process and that kind of thing. But the thing of it is, if you stay consistent and true to it, eventually you're going to get awarded a contract. And as a matter of fact, just probably now, a little over a month ago, this very consultant had a client that was awarded a $100 million contract over 5 years. So I'm telling you that same opportunity is available to you as well as an entrepreneur. So it's all about making sure that you have a youth strategy for you, that there's an opportunity that you have in mind, and that you have the tools and the resources to get there. Then we also have the area of fashion and image. Basically, dress the way you want to be addressed. And this is something that she shares all the time. Gifted, and I mean these are things that oftentimes people would not consider a foundational piece, but I do because different environments require different things. And so while there may not be any rules, if you're going to be in business, there's some things you want to be mindful of. How you show up matters. That's both for women and for men. So it's going to be an amazing opportunity for you to get that structural foundation for your business. If you're just starting, this is going to be the absolute best thing for you to tap into. So for aspiring entrepreneurs, for people who are transitioning out of corporate and you're trying to determine what it is that you want to do, or you want to do what it is that you did in corporate for yourself, this is going to be the thing for you. Pen to paper workshop, I'm telling you, is going to be a catalyst to help you get yourself structured, framed up, and ready to do business. And I'm telling you, they're going to bring the goods. They do not hold back. They bring it and they give it all to you. And then there's the opportunity for you to have some speed consulting after the workshop has concluded. So this is going to be an amazing opportunity. In addition to that, the hosts that we have in these various cities also are gifted in various areas. And so there will be people in your local areas um, being our hosts that have opportunities as well. So you'll get a chance to hear from each of the hosts in these cities. And so here again, first up is Atlanta. And we're going to be having both the Atlanta team and the Hampton Roads team that's going to be on this platform this month. So you want to stay tuned. Hampton Roads will be up next week. And the week after that, we're going to get in. If we don't get a chance to get in the Atlanta team this week, then we'll definitely get them in the top of next week as well and talk to these hosts. And they're excited about the workshop coming to their cities. And it's just an amazing opportunity for you to be in a room of collective wisdom because you don't ever know who's going to be in a room that you may need to help you go to the next level of what you're doing. And they're right there in your local area and you can connect with them. So I wanted to take, an opportunity tonight to just talk a little bit about, um, the opportunities that we have. And in a couple of these cities, we're wanting to work with youth and young adults and teens because they too are gifted in this season and trying to launch and go into different areas. And so it's important that they have some structure, something to work and build upon. I was just in Las Vegas, just got back in from Las Vegas this weekend, well, yesterday, as a matter of fact. And so just having the opportunity to be able to train a young lady who's going to be point for the Las Vegas pen to paper, and just getting prepared for that. And so just having these young people to have that opportunity to get that training, to get that exposure, and to learn some of the mechanics in addition to their talents and their gifts. So it's basic fundamental information, but it's super, super, super impactful, and it's definitely going to help you to curate what it is that you're doing, help you to really package that passion of what it is that your vision may be, and get you to that next level and show you how to get your structure in place, how to obtain, extract strategies from that, and how to obtain a system that you can thereby work. And I'm telling you, when you work that system over and over and you improve upon it, I'm telling you, it will help you to have sustainability. And that's what we want to see and help businesses to thrive and to grow. And so that is a good overview synopsis of number one, how pen to paper got started. It's an extension of my coaching and consulting business. And so not only have I done the workshops in the past, but of course, there's a conference that happens every year. And so the tour will kick us off, and the tour kicks off April 27th, Atlanta, Georgia. Our host there is Kiana Jackson and Hazel Thomas. So if you are watching and you know of these ladies, reach out to them, connect with them. They can tell you more about the area we're going to be in and things of that nature. But it will take place in the Duluth, Georgia area, right there off of, I believe it's 85 North. And so very easy access. So if you are in the Atlanta area, listen, I'd love to see you. I'm telling you, it's going to be a blessing for your life. And then we leave Atlanta. Our next stop is Hampton Roads. So we'll be downtown Norfolk, Virginia. So our host there is Michael Wilkins, um, Jamal Bazile, and Tiffany Farrell. So though that's our team there, they're excited. They're working. And so if you know those persons, connect with them and make sure that you ask any questions that you have regarding the pen to paper workshop, because we want to know some of the areas and some of the things that you're looking for. What are you looking for from the pen to paper workshop based on vision, clarity, government contracting, marketing, all the areas that we're going to be sharing about, and that is networking and how to articulate your business, showing up, for the business dress and that kind of thing, uh, how you show up, your image. What is the area that you feel is going to be most beneficial to you? And here again, that government contracting has several layers. So that's our next stop. And then we go from there to Vegas in June. Potentially we'll be in San Jose, California, June 1st. So we're working on that. And so as soon as that's confirmed, that'll be coming out in the next day or so. So we're looking forward to that area. And then we leave there and go to Las Vegas, the 29th and the 30th of June. Once we hit Las Vegas, we have a little bit of a break in July so far. Nobody's booked July. And then we go to San Bernardino August 3rd, San Bernardino, Montana, Colton area, all up through the Ontario, all of those areas up through there. Victory Valley, Victorville, I'm sorry, Victorville. So all of those areas around that tip of California will be in that area in just an hour. So if you're in LA, we're just an hour, 45 minutes to an hour away from LA. So you have the opportunity to partake if you're on the West Coast, right? In the California area. Then the 10th of August, we come back to Chicago, Illinois, with Pastor Edwin and Sydney Stoudemire, Edwin Harris, and Sydney Stoudemire. We're going to be there with them in Chicago, Illinois, August 10th. Then we go back to the Northwest. September 7th, we'll be in Portland, Oregon. So I'm so excited about that. That's going to be an absolute blast in Portland, Oregon on September 7th. Then September 21st, we will be in Houston, Texas. So yeah, we come back and go be to Houston, Texas, September 21st. So that's gonna be amazing. There's an amazing team down there. Um, and I get to call these names, so I get to mess it up. Williams is the primary host, and there are a couple other people, Arda Jones, and there's one other person that's going to be with that team in Houston. So most of these areas have multiple persons. So if you're in Portland, I think Portland only has one host right now. If you're in Portland, then you definitely want to reach out if you want to be a part of that hosting team, and let us know. And then, of course, we're looking to in the tour in October 5th in DC. And so here again, the opportunity to really reach out to some young ladies. And it's open to everybody, but we're definitely trying to touch some of the young adults as we are on the tour. So that's the tour. And like I said, we have one other open date that is currently being made a decision is being made upon. So once we get that, we'll put that out, let you know. And then, of course, the conference culminates November 1st and 2nd right here in Dallas, Texas. And we're going to be at the La Meridian Galleria, that's Center City, Dallas, Texas. So you can fly in if you're coming in to be a part of the conference. Number one, don't forget to register. That's important. Don't forget to register. So you'll want to make sure you can fly into DFW and or Love Field, and you're going to be in close proximity to the location. Now, let me just give you some instructions on what's happening with the workshop and the conference. So both are open for all of the cities that are currently confirmed. You can register right now at bridgetmoody.com/tour, and you can go to whatever city is closest to you that you want to partake of, and you can register right now. Registration in every city across the board is $97 until the week before the conference. I mean, the workshop. The week before the workshop, it's 129 per person. So you don't want to wait to the last minute. You want to go ahead and grab your seat. Like I said, Atlanta, those seats are filling up, so you don't want to wait to the last minute. You want to make sure you go ahead and get your seat. Hampton Roads, you want to go ahead and start getting those, get your seat and make sure that you're registered. The last week coming up to the workshop, it's 129. That's the same across the board. So if you have confirmed or you see a city that is confirmed on the site, once you go to the site, you can register right now for any of those locations. Okay. Any new locations that are put out or that are posted, that means you can register for that location. And if you are interested in the conference, if you're local to Dallas, or you don't have to be local to Dallas, but some people have been asking about when it's going to be in Dallas, when it's going to be in Dallas. So Dallas is November 1st and 2nd, and that registration is on a different order. So it is 197 early bird, 397 for VIP. Now VIP is almost sold out for the conference. So if you're considering VIP and you want to be a part of VIP, you don't want to wait. You want to go ahead and grab that because those seats are just about sold out. But general admission is 197. General registration is 197. This is a 2 day. This is a 2 day event, and so it's going to be an amazing opportunity. We have some amazing speakers, and we got some surprises for you. It's going to be phenomenal. It's really going to be good. Last year was amazing. Our VIP night was good. This year we're going to have fireside chat on that Friday night. So it's going to be an awesome, 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 awesome time. And the location is so conducive to what it is that we do and the way we like to do it. So you can go get registered for the conference at bridgetmoody.com/events. So there's going to be information there to give you some more nuggets, information about the tours there as well. It's going to show you who the speakers are. And of course, you've seen the marketing. So I want to ask you this. If you see the marketing, share the marketing. If you see it, share it. Or here again, tell somebody about it, right? Text it to them, tag them, whatever the case may be. If it's somebody who's wanting to start a business, they're aspiring business owner, or they're new startup, or they just started business in the last, 12 months, look, encourage them to be a part of the Pen2Paper workshop. I'm telling you, it's going to make a difference in what it is that they're doing, and they can definitely take the information, the tools, and the resources, and it'll help catapult them to the next level. So that's what's happening. That's how it's going. So Early bird is available for every workshop, every city until the week before it goes to 129 per person. For the conference, 197 for general registration, 397 for VIP. That's early bird pricing. Now, early bird pricing for the conference will be cutting off pretty soon because it's been out for a while. And so those prices will change. So if you're planning on joining us for the conference in Dallas, then you'll definitely want to make sure you go ahead and get registered. Now, for those of you who, most people who come for the conference stay over and they visit with me at the Potter's House. At my church on that Sunday morning. So if you're planning to do that, then you'll want to prepare yourself for 3 night stay if you're coming in, or at least two that Friday night and Saturday night, and then we head over to worship on that Sunday morning at the Potter's House main campus. So just want to put that out there for you all. So if you're interested in the conference, you can register for that right now. Also, lodging is available on the website. An amazing rate. It is a pen to paper rate, so you will not be able to go through the website directly and get that same rate. It is a pen to paper rate, and it's a phenomenal rate. So you want to make sure that you go reserve your lodging, make sure you get your room booked, and then make sure you register. And you definitely want to make sure that you get your tickets. So if you're flying in, driving in from wherever, Arkansas, Tennessee, Louisiana, Oklahoma, wherever you're coming from, make sure that you get your lodging. And of course, there are other hotels, if you have a preference, that are in that local vicinity in that area. Restaurants are close by, shopping is close by, so it's convenient. And of course, once we conclude on that Saturday afternoon, we always do something fun, some kind of outing, especially for those that are staying over to attend worship at the Potter's House on that Sunday morning. So that's what's happening November. That's when it culminates, November 1st and 2nd, 2024. It's going to be an amazing time. And so we're looking forward to seeing you, and you. So I wanted to take a moment tonight and just talk about Pen to Paper as we're embarking upon the tour, and be on the watch for these podcasts with these hosts, so that you can see who they are, connect with them in that area, and you may want to be a part of what's happening. So you'll want to tap into that. Any questions you have, you can inbox me at info@bridgetmoody.com, or you could go to the website and message, and it comes directly into us. Any questions that you may have on any post or anything like that, but help us to get the word out. It's Pen to Paper 2024, and the tour starts April 27th in Atlanta, Georgia. And here again, we'll be in the Duluth area, 3550 Ventura Parkway. And that is the Courtyard Marriott. An amazing facility there. And so we're looking forward to it. We're excited. And like I said, those seats are starting to fill up. So you definitely want to make sure that you tap in. So if you are on tonight and you have any questions and or concerns before I jump off, then definitely put it in the chat and I'll do my very best to answer your questions. But I just wanted to make sure that you had some insight into what Pen to Paper is about, and how it can benefit you. And it's so important that we have clarity. Not only that, but that we understand our purpose for being here in the earth. What's that reasoning? What's that purpose? We all have an innate ability. And oftentimes we run from the thing that we do the best with the least amount of effort. And because we don't understand how it can be profitable for us. We don't understand how we can live according to that gift. Well, God gave it to us for a reason, and He knows how to provide for it as well. And so He's just, gives us all different gifts to put in the earth, to share in the earth, to help each other go to the next level. And I feel this is truly mine, helping people to get to that place of structure and strategies and systems and learning how to operate in that framework and to make it work for you and what it is that you do. So it's just a whole lot more of this that you're going to get. It's going to go deeper. We go 3, 4 levels deep on vision, and you get framework. And this is one thing that I like about each of the facilitators that's a part of this team. They give you good bones to work with. In other words, they give you good structure, they give you good frameworks to work with, and then you can put whatever kind of meat you want on those bones. And I'm telling you, it will hold up. And so this is what I enjoy about what we do, and it all collectively comes together to help you do a business and help you to do a business well. All right. So in the event you ever, come up with something and there's a question, and I wonder, if they talk about this, or I wonder if they're going to be sharing about this, send us a message and ask us, and then we can let you know. And then here again, like I said, It's open. Speed consulting. They're not stingy. They will definitely take some time and talk to you and answer any questions that you may have. So my thing is make the investment into yourself, the time. It's just not the money, but it's the time. Invest your time into you because this is going to be a blessing for you. It's going to be beneficial to you. It's going to help you gain some clarity. It's going to help you to get clear about some things. It's going to help you to set a foundation for yourself as you get ready to move forward into what it is that you're doing. So you had to pick it a little really because all of these different areas do work together for the good of what it is that you're trying to do as a business owner. Okay. Well, that's what pen to paper is. It's helping you to get that clarity, that confidence, and helping you to fill in those gaps and helping you to get structure, strategies, and systems in place. All right. Well, listen, next week on this very platform, I will have the Hampton Roads team, the hosting team for Pen to Paper. So tell Lottie Dottie and everybody, y'all want to jump on, meet these amazing folks, and I'm really excited about this team. So we're going to be in Hampton Roads May 4th. And then also sometime later this week, first of next week, there's already been one podcast that has come out, but there will be another one with Kiana Jackson and Hazel Thomas. So we'll be back next week and maybe even later this week. Definitely for Friday night chat with Jamal Zeal will be on Friday night, as we always do, unless we have something going on. And so we'll be chatting. We started a little bit of a conversation, so we'll be back on that as well. But we're going to be talking about pen to paper, some of the opportunities, some of these entrepreneurs, business owners, because everybody has a unique road to travel when it comes to entrepreneurship. And so, as much as you can glean and learn and grow, the better it is for you as you get ready to go to the next level in the business that God has given you to do or the vision that He's given you to carry out. Okay. All right. So we'll see you next time, right here, same time, same place for Tuesday, motivation and conversation. Share this with somebody.